Hello and welcome to the UC Application step-by-step video series presented by the Office of Admissions at UC Santa Barbara. My name is Yuriko and I'm an admissions counselor. This presentation will detail how to work through the About You section of the UC application. The first section of the application is called About You because it's your autobiography. It's an opportunity for you to share any background information about who you are and where you're from. This helps the reader understand your context and your achievements within your unique environment. This section will ask particular questions in regards to your personal experiences and home life. We ask you to be as detailed as possible and answer everything. You might need to ask your parents or legal guardians for help on these questions. First, we will ask some personal and contact information. What is your name? We'd like to know your legal name, the name that appears on official documents like your birth certificate, passport, or driver's license. This is your first and/or given name, your middle name, last family, or surname. You can also select if you have a suffix in the drop-down menu. Do you have a lived name? You can select no or yes. A lived or preferred name is a name you go by that is different than your legal name. For example, a lived name could be a middle name that you go by or a name that aligns with your gender identity. If you enter a lived name, we'll use it in most of our communications with you about the application, except when it's required for us to use your legal name. We will ask, what is your home address? This address is your permanent address. It's most likely where your parents or legal guardians live. If you're an international student, please enter your home country address. Select your country from the drop-down menu. Enter your street address, city, state, and zip code. We will also ask basic identifying details such as your birth date, place of birth, and your optional California State Student ID. First, enter the month, day, and year you were born. The following question will ask, where were you born? Please enter the country, state, and city that you were born in. Have you ever attended a California public school? You can select no or yes. In this section, students attending California public high schools can input their 10-digit statewide student identifier, or SSID. Remember, this is optional. Your SSID can be found on high school transcripts. If you need help finding it, please contact your high school counselor. Inputting an SSID is helpful as students may opt to import their high school courses and grades linked to their californiacollege.edu account in the academic history section of the application. The application will ask you questions about your background and life context. This is information you may not think to mention elsewhere in the application. There will be questions like, what language did you learn to speak first? You can select a language from the drop-down menu. The application will state, please tell us more about yourself. You will check all the boxes that apply to you. I am married or in a civil union registered domestic partnership. I have children. I've been in foster care or am a ward of the court in the United States. When I attend UC, I will be a current or former member of the U.S. military, or none of the above apply to me. The application will ask, are you a dependent of a U.S. military veteran or service member? Select no or yes. UC campuses offer specific resources for students who share these details with us, and it is an opportunity for us to better understand our applicants. Please note that UC admissions selection is a holistic process, and we will never penalize students for information that is included in their application. The About You section of the UC application will inquire about your household, meaning the socioeconomic status of your household or family. One question will ask, who lives with you at your permanent home address? You must answer these questions to the best of your ability. Remember, there is no right or wrong answer. We understand if you do not have an answer. For example, if a student is in the foster care system, they can select other if that feels like the right answer to them. The next question will state, what was your total income earned in 2025 by your parents or legal guardians? If you are not sure how to answer this question, please check in with your parents or guardians for help. We may use this information to help us determine if you're eligible for certain outreach programs, scholarships, and the application fee waiver. The information is not used for financial aid. The application will ask, how many people were supported by this income? This is including you, the applicant. Sometimes applicants are nervous about putting their family's income in the application. Remember, nothing you share on the UC application can harm you. Furthermore, you must answer both questions. Sharing the size of the family income and the number of people supported on that income are required answers if you want to know if you are eligible for the UC application fee waiver. If eligible, the application fees are waived for up to 4 UC campuses. If you qualify, the fee waiver will automatically be applied to your application and will be shown in the next section, campuses and majors. The About You section will also ask you to indicate parent education level and job status. It will ask, What is the highest level of education for either of your parents? Select the education level from the drop-down menu. No high school, some high school graduate, some college or university, 2-year college university graduate, 4-year college or university graduate, or postgraduate. Sharing the parent's education level will help inform us if the applicant is considered a first-generation student. The UC defines first-generation students as students where both parents or guardians have not received a 4-year degree. We will ask about your citizenship status. It's important to fill out information accurately. The question, "What is your country of citizenship?" will have a drop-down menu. If a student is an AB 540 eligible student, please note that no selection is a valid answer. Another question listed is, do you have a U.S. Social Security number or an individual taxpayer identification number, also known as an ITIN? You can select no or yes. If you apply for financial aid, we use the Social Security number or ITIN you provide to match your application to the FAFSA or the CADA. You can select help on the UC application for more information on the additional uses of the Social Security number. If you have a Social Security number, ITIN, a DACA Social Security number, you should enter that here. If you do not have any of these 3 numbers, you can select no. You can also leave the Social Security number blank. The UC application will ask, would you like to be evaluated for California residency for tuition purposes? You can select yes or no. This question is used to determine admission for tuition purposes, or in other words, determining if you qualify for in-state or out-of-state tuition. Statement of Legal Residency questionnaire helps determine residency for tuition purposes. Answer questions according to UC policy. Please keep in mind that this section does not impact an admission decision. If you would like to learn more, feel free to scan the QR code or visit ucop.edu/residency. Another question you will be asked is, are you an enrolled member of an American Indian or Alaska Native tribe in the U.S.? Indicate your membership by selecting no or yes. Please select the category that best reflects your tribal enrollment. If you are an enrolled member of more than one tribe, select your primary tribal affiliation from the list of recognized tribes. You can select a federally recognized tribe, a state-recognized tribe not in California, or a state-recognized tribe in California. After selecting your option, please enter the name of the tribe that is your primary affiliation. Then please provide your tribal citizenship or enrollment number. Your enrollment in American Indian or Alaska Native tribe may be considered during the comprehensive review of your UC application for admission. You can select the box that states, I consent the use of my tribal citizenship and tribal enrollment status for purposes concerning my UC application for admission and for scholarships and other financial aid. I understand this information is subject to verification. For students who are enrolled members of an American Indian or Alaska Native tribe, you do not need to fill out a separate application to qualify for the Native American Opportunity Plan Scholarship. You may indicate your membership through the related questions in the application. If you qualify, the UCs will contact you directly with further information. Overall, the About You section provides information that shares your personal context. It helps the application reader better understand your unique environment. Got any questions about the UC application? Stay connected. For application help, feel free to reach out to ucinfo@applyucsupport.net or email us at admissions@ucsb.edu. Want to learn more about UC Santa Barbara? Feel free to follow our social media at UCSB Admissions on Instagram. If you'd like to learn more about the UC application, explore our YouTube channel at UCSB for Me. That's UCSB, the number 4, ME.